This week we visited two businesses that we're trying to buy, but each one is in a completely different place. One of these deals we've already had an offer accepted, the other we might actually lose it because the owner has had another offer on the table. And while all of this is happening, we're also trying to secure the finance to actually get the deals over the line. So in this episode, I'm taking you behind the scenes of the site visit, and you'll also hear part of the real conversation that I've had with a finance broker this week. So here I am in my office once again. It's not all yachts and private planes, by the way. With acquisitions, there's a lot of hard graft you've got to do. I spend a lot of time in my office. I try and get out every now and then, but a lot of it is in here trying to get deals done and having conversations and so on. And at the moment, we've got two really solid deals out there that are gradually starting to progress. One of them is a little bit of a challenge where he's got two offers on the table, our offer and then another party's offer, and they're very, very similar. So we are in the position of he's not sure where to go. He really likes us, which is really important. One thing that we don't want to do is leave things to chance and just say, okay, well, get back to us when you can, and I hope you pick us, because I think when it comes to buying businesses, what I'm learning anyway, is very much it's a people game. You've got to build relationships. You've got to get to know them as much as possible. You've got to influence in a positive way for the benefit of you both, right? So we have actually scheduled a meeting. I've said, okay, look, you're struggling to make a decision. I want to come and see you. So my business partner and I are driving down there. I think it's about 2-hour drive, and we are going to go and sit with him for a couple of hours, probably look around the premises and see if we can get that deal done and get a handshake at that time, and then we'll move to heads of terms. So I'll be doing that this week.
The repayments don't look too bad for 434k.
Yeah.
Which is good. Usually 2,400, 3,600. Don't get me wrong, it's not it's obviously not really cheap, but it's
Yeah.
But yeah, at least you know you've got the funds there.
Yeah.
To play around with now.
So the business we've just been to see to try and get the deal over the line, we really love it. We love the business. The owner's a fantastic guy, and when we went, the premises is massive. It just goes on and on and on and on. It's much bigger than I thought naturally, because you're just looking at pictures. But when we were there, I was like, crikey, this is huge, and it does actually more than I thought it did, which is cool. It's a bit of an extra surprise. And when I say does more than what I thought it did in products and services, essentially. So we had a look round the big premises. We then went and sat with the owner. We said hello to a few members of staff, but then we sat with the owner, and it was about 2 hours we sat in the office, had a cup of tea, and we were talking about the business. I asked lots of questions about the business, trying to get as much information as I could, but also from a rapport building perspective. When you kind of sit back, you go, what you're doing is you're building a relationship, you're building interest. And that is a really good thing to have when you go into negotiations. Now, we went knowing that the offer we had put on the table was very, very similar to the other offer that he had as well from someone else. So what we did was, I just asked him very upfront, I said, what do you want ultimately? And let's see if we can get you there. And then we managed to get to a point where we're really pleased and he's really pleased. And then it was all about just making sure we were building that rapport and getting to the point of him trusting us and seeing where we want to take the business and having the vision for it. And at the end of the meeting, I stood up and I said, great, so we've got a deal then. And he shook my hand and said, yes, we've got a deal. So we've gone away and he has accepted the offer. We have a deal on the table. Now we have to get the heads of terms sorted. And that is something that we're going to sort through the lawyers and the solicitors as well, just to make sure he wants to do that, just to make sure everything's above board before we go to the share purchase agreement. So good news, it was definitely worth the visit. I didn't feel too good, but it was most definitely worth it. And I'm really pleased. So it's Thursday. We are going to see the business that we've done a deal on. By the way, I'm feeling like absolute crap. I know I don't look it, but feeling like crap. But the business partner and I, we are going to see the business that we've done a deal with, and just finalising a few details, just see if we can make some changes to the business before we kind of get in there. So this business we went to see is one that we're due to complete in January. So everything is moving along nicely. We've got the first draft of the share purchase agreement, which is SPA for short, is gone out to the seller solicitors, and I'm sure they'll come back with a few amendments because they always do. And then we'll just keep moving along. But the main thing is that we're just building that relationship with the owner still. We went there to find out more and more about the business, to make sure that he understands where we want to take the business. And it was a really good meeting. And one thing that we got a lot of insight from was there are quite a few machines in this building, and a lot of them are actually switched off. And if they're off, that means there's downtime. And if there's downtime, it means you're not making any money. So for us, we can really see the potential in the business. And we wanted to get that across to the owner. He's more than happy with where we're going to take it because obviously he gets paid. So all in all, a really good trip. It was nice to just remind ourselves of what's possible within the business, get that excitement up again, because as time goes by, you do the offer, you get the heads of terms, goes into the lawyer's hands, and then things can just drop off a little bit. So we want to keep it moving, and we did. And yeah, we're really glad we went to see it. And you've seen a few images, hopefully, from the business. So yeah, great. It's going well, and January is the goal for that one.